Look how beautiful this food looks. Today I'll be dining at Aramburu, a 2 Michelin star restaurant in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The inside is fancy, and I got seated at a special table where I can watch the kitchen work. Taking a look at the menu, you can see that it's 18 courses. Yes, 18. This will be an amazing experience. All the food is good, and it gets very interesting and exciting starting at course 5, so keep watching. The first course is this cold tea that has a flowery taste and a hint of salt which comes from the salicornia plant. It comes with the second course, which is inside this envelope, and is a rice cracker that has bits of tomato. You can enjoy each course separately, but you can also dip the rice cracker into the tea for a different taste profile. The tea is solid on its own while the rice cracker is kind of dry and bland. It gets amazing when you combine the two together. By dipping the rice cracker into the tea, it absorbs the flowery flavor, and it also becomes softer. While the food is okay, I love the creativity of this dish as it's something very interesting. Before we continue, the waitstaff showed us this wonderful box with all the ingredients for the rest of the dinner, and that got me excited. The third course is this pastry with hazelnut spread and quince fruit. It looks very pretty. Let's see if the taste will match the beauty. Well, it looked a lot better than it tasted. I thought it was okay, but the flavors didn't really pop or stood out to be anything special. The fourth course is a pastry with a gnocchi mushroom paste and a flower on top. The presentation is phenomenal, and it looks even better than the third course. This one looks very pretty and tastes pretty good. You can taste the mushrooms in the paste, and the flower on top adds a nice floral touch to it. I liked it and it was pretty good. The fifth course is called Ocean Foam. It looks unimpressive, and I wasn't sure what it was when I first got it. It actually tastes really good though. This one blew my mind away. Let's just say it's not very pretty, but there's just so much going on when you bite into it. The white outside is very soft and fluffy, and it pairs very well with the cool taste profile of the stuff inside. This was crazy, and this isn't something you can taste anywhere. I really love the creativity. The sixth course is a wrap with king crab, pear, and dill. It's the skinny one that looks like a shell. The presentation is very well done. They managed to make the shell look like a crab. Look, I know what you're thinking, that these small portions are ridiculous. And look, I agree. I love the taste, and especially since they're using a premium ingredient like king crab, I really do wish I can get more. But such is the fate of fine dining though. Works of art and small portions. The seventh course is a brioche with caviar on top and trout inside. They're very generous with the caviar since this is considered a lot. Fish, bread, and caviar is a tried and true combo, and you really can't go wrong with it. It's absolutely delicious. The bread makes sure the fish isn't too overpowering, so you can taste the richness of the caviar. It's really delicious, and it's exactly what you expect at a Michelin star restaurant, and it's executed perfectly. The eighth course is oysters and razor clams with a cream that uses nasturtium. The tiny things around the cream are razor clams cut up, and the oyster is located deep inside the cream. This was a wonderful dish, and the cream pairs well with the shellfish. The razor clam is soft and chewy, and has hints of natural sweetness, and you don't taste any sand. The oyster is nice, rich, and fat. I don't know what's in the cream, but it really elevates the shellfish. I love shellfish, and this is how it should be at a Michelin star restaurant. The ninth course is a taco with tenderloin, kimchi, and nori. This sounds like a very interesting combo. Let's see how it tastes. You would think you would taste some sourness because of the kimchi, but you don't taste any fermentation at all. The kimchi is used to add a nice kick of spice to the taco, and it pairs very well with the meatiness of the tenderloin. I love the presentation of this dish, but I don't think it's anything that amazing, and it's not that much better than a well-executed steak taco from Mexico. The 10th course is prawns with blood orange and pumpkin. It's a bit hard to tell what it is when you first get it, and you need to dig to find a prawn. This was a very pleasant dish. The prawn is soft and flavorful, and it pairs very well with the sweetness of the pumpkin. The blood orange is also nice and sweet. I love the taste of this dish, but I feel like the presentation could have been a bit better. The 11th course is wreckfish with kohlrabi and foam on top. You need to dig and eat some of the foam to see the food. Wreckfish is known to be low fat and firm with a lot of protein, so let's see how it tastes. The fish was very firm and dense with a mild taste profile. Don't expect this to be like Dover sole or bluefin tuna, where it's super fatty and it just melts in your mouth. The kohlrabi is a nice vegetable to pair with the fish. It acts as a nice side, and it's alright because, well, this dish isn't exactly meant for a vegetable to be the star of the show. The foam doesn't really taste like much, but it's fun to consume. I think this course was okay, and there's better courses in my opinion. The 12th course has pork ragu on the bottom, mixed with passion fruit and saffron. It's very pretty, but I wasn't too sure what it was at first. Whenever I think of pork ragu, I always think it pairs with pasta to allow the savouriness of the pork ragu to shine. However, in this case, they paired pork ragu with passion fruit and saffron, which is normally sweet. Somehow, the sweetness doesn't overpower the savouriness, and this dish is really good. The presentation is also nice, and I like this dish. The 13th course is sweetbread with blueberry sauce and flowers. Sweetbread is made from the cow's neck or pancreas, and it has a rich taste. The staff said the sweetbread has been cooked for 2 hours, and it's perfectly tender. The blueberry sauce is nice and sweet, and it pairs well with the richness of the sweetbread. However, I personally prefer sweetbread from an asado place called Fogan over this. The 14th course is duck with Jerusalem artichoke puree and morel mushroom. The mushroom's the brown thing, and the white stuff is some rich paste. The best way to eat it is to dip the duck in the sauce. The duck is cooked perfectly, and it pairs well with the artichoke sauce. The mushroom is very spongy and meaty, and it's okay. I personally prefer mushrooms that are more firm. If you have a very mild taste profile, you might not like this dish, since the duck is very fat and rich, and the sauce can be overpowering. I personally didn't mind the richness, and I like this dish. The 15th course marks the start of dessert, and that's when we go upstairs. I love the attention to detail, and how dessert is in a more relaxed environment. The 15th course itself is a watermelon sorbet that's meant to be a palate cleanser. This was really refreshing, and they weren't lying about it being a palate cleanser. The outside is a bit solid, but it just pops in your mouth, and then the watermelon flavor explodes. Overall, the sweetness doesn't linger in your mouth, and it really is a perfect palate cleanser. The 16th course is green apple sorbet with basil and green foam. The sorbet is the white clump, not the green one. When they said it was green apple, I was secretly hoping it wouldn't be sour, but it ended up being sour. I'm not sure what the green stuff is, but it helps reduce the sourness of the green apple sorbet. Overall, I wasn't the biggest fan of this dish. The 17th course is avocado cream with mango sorbet. The staff suggested smashing it open, and it was honestly pretty fun smashing it open. I didn't expect the shell to be kinda hard at all. The outside shell is like candy. It's hard, sweet, and it easily gets stuck in your teeth. The avocado cream is smooth and sweet, but I feel like it doesn't really pair well with the sourness of the mango sorbet. The sweetness and the sourness are kind of clashing, and the flavors aren't exactly in harmony. I love the creativity of this dish, but I'm not the biggest fan of the taste. The 18th and final course is called Petit Fours. There's 3 chocolates: raspberry, passion fruit, and dulce de leche. I wasn't the biggest fan of the raspberry chocolate. I swear anything with raspberry ends up tasting like medicine. The passion fruit chocolate was pretty good. It had a nice mix of passion fruit and chocolate. The dulce de leche chocolate was my favorite. It was nice, sweet, and creamy. The total for this meal totals around $250 USD, but if you pay with cash, you get a 10% discount. The tipping culture in Argentina is to tip 10%, so basically, if you bring Argentine pesos and pay in cash, the total is $250 USD. Here are my final thoughts. I love the creativity of the dishes in this restaurant. I can see how it got 2 Michelin stars. My favorite dish was the 8th course, with razor clams and oyster. Since I'm from New York, I also love the price point. Something like this would easily cost over 700 USD after tax and tip in New York. My only complaint is that the dessert was a bit too sour for my taste. Thanks for watching. Have you ever wanted to visit Argentina? Leave a comment below and check out the video shown on the end screen if you want to see the best asado in Buenos Aires.